Today we will be reviewing the treble and the bass clef. As you will recall, this is what the treble clef looks like. And here we have our note names. You will remember that the note name for the lines that we use, every good boy does fine. And then our sayings for the spaces, face, F-A-C-E. The next thing you will have to do is practice drawing the treble clef. You will begin by tracing it here. Start here and go around, up and down, around, up and down with the fish loop. So trace these 3 and then do 5 more on the other side. Number 2 asks you to draw a treble clef at the beginning of the staff and then to write the letter name of each note. So you're going to draw a treble clef over here and then write the names of these notes on the lines. So remember, you can refer back up to the top of the page here. Try not to look at that for all of them. Try to remember your sayings, every good boy does fine, and face. That should help you. Number 3, draw a treble clef at the beginning, and then it asks you to draw the notes. Now, some of the notes can be drawn in more than one space. For example, this E could be drawn up here in the space or down on the line. You can choose whichever one you would like to use. You can use the higher one or the lower one. Number 4, draw a treble clef at the beginning of the staff. So again, you're going to draw that treble clef over here. Write the letter name for each note and then circle the higher note in each pair. So the first step, write the note names down here on the bottom lines. The second thing of this question is to circle the note that's the highest. Circle the one that is higher than the other one. Number 5, draw the treble clef at the beginning. Same thing, write the note names down here, and then you will go ahead and circle the lower note of the pair. So remember, a lower one is always one that appears underneath or lower than a higher one. So that first worksheet, you are working on the treble clef note names and drawing a treble clef. Again, review to this, or look back to this and review. Every good boy does fine. And then our saying for the spaces, face, F-A-C-E. The next part of this, you'll go onto the back of the worksheet, and here try not to refer back to page 1. Try to do these all without looking at the note locations. So the first thing you're going to want to do is review these up here. Every good boy does fine. And then it says lines. Write each note in the correct line using a quarter note. So you'll remember a quarter note is a black circle with a line on the right side if it's going up, or on the left side if it's going down. Your general rule says right here, notes above a B, so notes above this, have stems facing down. So anything from here on up, you have to have the stem facing down. Anything from here lower, make sure it always goes up. Or excuse me, anything from your B and lower. So this E, that's why it's going up. So you are going to draw the quarter notes for all of these notes, and then you will draw the stem. So make sure that you put the stem on the correct side. The second portion of this page, to do the same thing with the lines or with the spaces of the treble clef. So again, you're going to draw these quarter notes and making sure that the stems are correct. So again, if it's above this middle line, your stems are going to go down. If it's below that middle line, your stems are going to go up. This section right here, this is all of your notes. So these could be notes on the line or a space. So you have to draw all of those, except this time it asks you to write them using a half note. So you'll remember your half note is an open circle with a stem. An open circle with a stem. You can review back to our Google Classroom to look at our document there if you forgot what a half note looks like. So draw a half note with all of these. Again, remember, anything above this middle B, the stem goes down. Anything below that, the stem goes up. So after we review our treble clef, we will move on to the bass clef. So these are going to be the same assignments as the first couple of pages, except now we're moving down to the bass clef. So right here is what your bass clef looks like. The bass clef is the lower sounding of the two clefs, and it's used for our lower instruments like our trombones and our baritones. Here we have our bass clef note names, the sayings for our lines: good boys do fine always. Good boys do fine always. And then the saying for our spaces: all cars eat gas. All cars eat gas. So here you can practice drawing the bass clef. Start here, go around with our two dots, and make sure your two dots are in the middle of the first two spaces. So around with our two dots. So again, trace these three and draw 5 more for the remaining spaces. Number 2, draw a bass clef at the beginning. So draw your bass clef over here. Write the note names underneath on each of these lines. Again, refer back to your notes above to figure them out. Good boys do fine always, and all cars eat gas. Number 3, draw a bass clef at the beginning of the staff and then draw the note. So you're going to draw your bass clef over here on the left side, and if it can be drawn in more than one spot, you get to pick, higher or lower, it doesn't matter. Number 4, draw the bass clef at the beginning of the staff again. Write the letter name for each note and then circle the higher note in the pair. So you're going to write your letter names down here and then circle the one that is higher, meaning it's going to sound higher than the other one. Number 5, draw a bass clef at the beginning again. Write the letter names down on the bottom, and then this time you're going to circle the lower one. So the one that sounds lower and appears lower than the other one. The back page is the same as your treble clef, except now we're in the bass clef. You'll notice that right here they have a different saying that we used. We use good boys do fine always. That's okay. There's a lot of other phrases that can be used. The same as the spaces. They have all cows eat grass, and we had all cars eat gas. It doesn't really matter, whatever you think is easier for you to remember the note names. So here in this first section, you're going to draw quarter notes on each of these note names, and then make sure you do the stems facing the correct way. So notes on or above this middle line D should always go down and be on the left. Anything lower than this D, so any note down here, the stem should always go up on the right, just like this G. Do the same thing for all of these spaces, or notes in the spaces. And then the same thing for down here on the bottom. On the bottom, you will notice this one again is using your half notes. So remember, that's your open note with a stem. So to review, you will be going over your bass clef and your treble clef using all of these notes on page 1 and page 3. So you will be able to find this worksheet on your Google Classroom. You can download it and write your answers in there. Good luck and happy note naming.